Evaluate algebraic expressions. So in a problem like this, you're given some expression to evaluate. Here we have a negative 3x cubed plus 2x minus 3, and then they're going to give you some value for that x, so when x equals a negative 2. So all that we're going to do is we're going to take that negative 2 for x and plug it into every single x that we see in the problem. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this. Negative 3 times, in parentheses, we're going to replace that x with a negative 2, keep the cubed, plus 2, replace this x with a negative 2, and then minus 3. So that's the first step. Once you substitute in the value, now it just becomes an order of operations problem. And so we're going to go through PEMDAS. I'll write that off on the side. And simplify in the correct order. So first we have parentheses. I have a couple sets of parentheses, but if you notice inside the parentheses, there actually is not an operation between two numbers, so we don't really have anything to do inside the parentheses. Next is exponent, and we do have an exponent. This number right here is being raised to the third power, so negative 2 to the third power. And you notice how that negative 2 is inside the parentheses? That means that your base is negative. So negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. When you multiply that out, you end up with a negative 8. I'll go ahead and throw that back in the parentheses and just rewrite the problem just as we see it, being very careful to write it all down. Alright, next we come to the multiply and divide stage. We have to do this left to right. So working left to right, I can see that first we have, here's some multiplication, negative 3 times negative 8. Now remember, a negative number times a negative number will be positive. That's a positive 24. Here is another multiplication. 2 times negative 2, well I guess I can bring down that plus sign. 2 times negative 2, now a positive times a negative is a negative 4, and then bring down your minus 3. So we took care of our multiplication and division. Now we're on addition and subtraction. So working left to right, we're going to do 24 plus a negative 4, and 24 plus a negative 4 is 20. Bring down your minus 3, and 20 minus 3 is 17. And we get 17 for the final answer. So again, plug in for your variables what they give you, and then just be very careful with your order of operations when simplifying a problem like this.